We are live.
We are live. That's your cue.
Hello and welcome to the Superpower Dare Die team. I'm Peter.
And I'm Rick, and today we're having a bit of a conversation about episode 1 of the new Disney Marvel product, Moon Knight. What did you think, Pete?
So the episode was called The Goldfish Problem. And
Yep, I have a lot of those.
Yeah,
Not goldfish, just problems.
Just problems. 99 problems.
Yeah.
So we have a new Marvel series about a character that I have no knowledge of or no idea about. I've never heard of them before.
I'm aware of the Moon Knight character. I think back in my comic collecting days, I vaguely remember a crossover between Moon Knight and Spider-Man, but I have no idea of the background or anything. I knew the costume, I knew the name. That's probably about it.
Okay, so when we were watching it, I did a quick, or when I was watching it, I did a quick look on my phone, Google on my phone, and because I was thinking, why has Oscar Isaac got a British accent?
Oh, don't start because.
And I thought, is he British? I thought maybe he's actually British all these years. I thought he was American. So I typed that in and it came up straight away. But in the article I read that was talking about that, it said that that Moon Knight was Marvel's answer to Batman.
Okay. Well, I can't answer that because I don't know, and I'm hoping to be taken along for this ride and hear about it. But I was a bit the same. I wrote there in my notes there. Oh, look, it's Poe Dameron, and then it was like, oh, he doesn't sound anything like Poe Dameron. He sounds like a cross between Gareth and Tim from the Office. And I liked it. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was great.
Maybe that was his study. He was watching The Office to get the accent. Yeah, and so he's having trouble sleeping, obviously, and sleepwalking. He wakes up and he's got his leg chained to a bed.
Yeah. Okay, so what? Because I'm going to say right now, I really like this episode.
Yeah,
it's a great episode, one that gets you hooked in. I might have been a little disappointed by the end.
Yeah,
and I get why they do it. Maybe if this is a 6 or 8 episode run, but this whole episode just set up the mystery. It was a likable lead character. It had all this sort of stuff that, like, okay, I want to know more. I'm interested. He had a great knowledge of Egyptian mythology.
Yeah,
even though he worked as the candy bar guy,
souvenir store.
And even just the way he was treated like crap.
Yeah,
and
it's a bit like the in the Wonder Woman 1984, the character that Kristen Wiig played a little bit.
Okay, I thought you were going to go the other one, Maxwell Lord, but
okay.
Yeah, no, but as in character-wise, a bit of a loser, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they just built the mystery up so well. Where there were these scenes where he was being chased, like you said. The mystery unravels as we watch because he's chained himself to his bed. He's got all these protections. It's like, while you're watching it, you're saying, okay, so this guy is worried about waking up during the night and doing things that he can't remember, and so he wakes up. All the things he's put in place to make sure that he hasn't done that are still in place. So he's like, okay, I got through another night without doing crazy stuff. But then there's a bit later on where he was transported. So he's woken up. He's got no idea where he is. People are shooting at him.
Yeah.
He gets a glimpse of some sort of cult, which is headed by Ethan Hawke.
He's looking a bit gaunt.
But yeah, he did look a little bit. What's Kung Fu? The guy from Kung Fu, I
David
can't think of his name.
Carradine.
Yes, yeah, he was looking a little that. And the opening scene, I think, was. I don't think you got to see it was Ethan Hawke at that stage, but
No.
Going through some sort of religious process where he smashes a glass in a great smash of the glass too, because that was quite a heavy glass.
Yeah.
This is when I was prepared to make fun of it right at the start. I'm going, yeah, whatever. And then he puts the glass shards in his sandals and then puts his feet in the sandals.
I actually had to rewind that back because I must have glanced away and I thought, was he putting it in his own shoes or someone else's shoes? But then I saw that it was his own.
Yeah. So yeah, he's some sort of so that they've set him up nicely.
Yeah.
So Stephen or Poe Dameron, whichever you prefer, wakes up. This time he's waking up out of his bed. He's getting shot at by people. Runs to this cult.
And I like that they just show him confused and then
it's great. Yeah,
blacks out and then he's got all these people around him that he's beaten to death basically.
And then you've got the voice.
Yeah, so it's F. Murray Abraham. I read in the credits was a big deep voice. It reminded me a lot of Venom actually.
Yes, yeah.
I was like, what's this? Is this Venom? Yeah.
Oh, the idiot's in charge again, or whatever, or something like that.
Yeah, but I think it was also sometimes Oscar Isaac with his normal voice as well.
Okay,
like definitely when he was looking in the mirror and things, it was Oscar Isaac's voice. So look at me.
When he's saying that one, that wasn't just him doing himself.
I'm pretty sure it was like with the American accent.
Oh,
so he's got it seems to be that he's got some sort of alter ego as himself and also whatever that thing was at the end that's on all the posters. I'm guessing that's Moon Knight. But it said something else. It said F. Murray Abraham as the voice of something. I don't know what it was, but it was some Egyptian name, I think.
Yeah, and I think, and I've only read I've tried to stay away from learning about this one because I kind of want to. This is one I want to go with learning it as someone who doesn't know anything about the character. So, but yeah, I think I read some, and it might have just been in the blurb that he's been possessed by an Egyptian god or something like that. So that might be the other part of it. But I'm happy going in this one blind, and I really enjoyed this episode. There was just so many. The humor in it, and I think it might be just I was thinking of The Office for half the time because of his accent, and just the way they.
But I like because he went when you first see him at the museum, and his co-workers just treating him like garbage, and then
Scotty,
the tour guide. People are calling him the wrong name, and but the tour guide comes up and says, "Oh, we're still on for Saturday night or whatever, or Friday night or something." And he's got no recollection. And then after his encounters in the other wherever he was, I don't know where he was supposed to be, somewhere in Europe or Egypt, I guess, Africa, I guess, I don't know. Do you know where he was?
Nope, I have no idea. My knowledge of geography is terrible, but it looked very nice and had a lot of curvy roads.
I thought it would be
if it's European.
It looked European, but then I thought maybe the Egyptian connection had something to do with that. But so then he thinks it's still Friday, and then rocks up to his date, thinks he's stood up, and turns out that he actually stood her up a couple of nights ago.
It's Sunday,
So that was interesting. That was an interesting, instead of just focusing on, the action side, it had that sort of, because, he's obviously a shy guy. He wouldn't have asked her out himself. And then he's asked her out.
I thought they built his character
one
up.
of his blacks or
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. The blackouts. Sorry. So there was a scene when he first encountered Ethan Hawke, and he's just seen Ethan Hawke judge people with his little scale. So there's a gang, a cult with the scales tattoo on their arm, and he can touch people and he can see whether they have are good people, whether they've never committed a crime or whether they've committed one in the future, and then they die, and but they have to walk up to him freely. So, and he'll do that, provide that service of you live or you die. But wow, is this live? Because I forgot where I was going with that one. No, let's go.
Maybe about the old lady.
No, the old lady, and he sees Ethan Hawke for the first time. I'll come back to it later on.
Well, Ethan Hawke says to him,
"Oh no, it's the scarab. The scarab." So they're asking for the scarab back, and I thought that was a sensational bit of acting by Oscar Isaacs, where he's like holding it. Okay, just take it, and then the fist involved. Oh, goes, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Moving it around. I thought it was great.
A good piece of physical acting.
That's why I like Home Alone.
But I'm pretty sure Ethan Hawke says, "I know you. You're a mercenary," or something.
That I think,
or someone said it. Oh,
sorry.
You're on.
Yeah,
Coffee, COVID.
Oh well, it was a few days off work. I'm not sure. Was it that scene? But he did say, "I know you."
Someone said he was a mercenary.
Yeah.
So then he
little
goes
clever things like when Ethan Hawke, you weren't sure at that stage whether he was someone you could trust or not, and he still might be. They just might be setting stuff up.
Yeah,
but
imagine he might be the villain.
He could be, but they do throw these things around in these TV series. But people shooting at Poe Dameron, remember, right? And he's found himself in this situation where he's watched Ethan Hawke judge two people. One was a good person, one was not. And then the gunman come up to Ethan Hawke and say, okay, he's not one to be trusted, because they're saying one of them got away. Oh, there's been a problem, he got away.
Yeah.
And then Ethan Hawke stands up and talks in ancient Egyptian, and everyone drops except for Poe Dameron, who's just like, oh, what? I gotta whoops. And that might have been the mercenary scene. It might have been the I know you.
So, and I like the reveal, because it's called the goldfish problem. He kept looking at the tank after his episode. He thought he was dreaming to start. He thought, oh, thank God, it's a dream.
This is back when he's loser Stephen in his little 1-bedroom apartment, and his best friend seems to be either a statue or this goldfish with one fin.
Yeah. His mum was that statue he was talking to. That was a person, wasn't it? Like one of those people that pause. They just freeze. You see in buses. I thought it was just a painted guy that was.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought maybe it was a statue of,
because he had like a busker's hat and everything. So I assume.
Okay, maybe that was. Maybe that was something I didn't pick up at the time, because I was just like, oops. Yeah,
I thought it was. I thought he was pretty good. He was pretty good at keeping still.
Yeah.
And so, so we see that the fish has got like one fin missing or something.
Yep.
At the beginning, and then when he was looking at the fish tank after his episode, and I was expecting that the scarab would be at the bottom of the fish tank or something, that he'd see that, and then he looks and the fish has no longer got two fins. So I thought that was clever. That's another little clue that something's different. And so he goes to the pet shop and has a bit of a I had one with one fin. Oh goodness!
Sorry, I'm doing well tonight.
And she says, "Well, that's what you asked for yesterday." So he's not just blanking out when he's being an action person. He's blanking out when.
But there was she said you weren't in yesterday. That's what you asked for. But he said something about. Well, okay, maybe my memory's a little bit faded, but I'm sure she said, no, you weren't in yesterday.
I thought she said that's what you wanted yesterday. That's the same thing.
Anyway, then there was a couple of clever little visual tricks. I think when Poe had finished talking to what I thought was a statue, but could have been one of those frozen guys.
I think it was a
And-
busker.
And he said something about see you on the flip side, and then there was the sort of the mirror image of them because of the puddle or whatever, and then something floated down into it. So
Yeah, I don't know what that was either.
yeah.
But so then when he goes back to his work, and he sees it like he's in a bus or something, and he sees that Ethan Hawke's on the bus.
No,
And
that's when he woke up again, and he woke up not knowing where he was on the bus. Yes, yeah.
And so when he's in the thing, he's getting chased by like these. That was a bit CGI, those dog things.
Oh yeah.
And hello to Mish, who's in the chats right now.
Oh yeah.
Thanks
Hi,
for
people
watching,
are chatting.
Mish.
Yep. Thanks.
So yeah, he's getting chased by CGI dogs, and he gets sort of cornered in the toilets.
Yep.
That's the scene where he's looking in the mirror, and it's Oscar Isaac with his American accent.
Yep.
So I don't know. It's like an alter ego. Has he got two alter egos?
Yeah, I think there might be more than one personality, but so there's Stephen with a V, which is your British accent, Oscar Isaac. Then there's Mark with a C, which is his American one, and there's something else going on there as well. So
with that, whatever it is on the
F. Murray Abraham, yeah. But yeah, so and I think I said before, like the end scene was he's accepted Mark because it was like, come, let me take over, or you're going to die if you want to live. If we both want to live, let me take over. He's done it, and the costume was the Moon Knight costume, and it just that part seemed a little bit rushed. I was happy to let that sort of play out a bit, but then we had to have that scene right at the end of episode 1 where he's Moon Knight, which we all knew, but I didn't need to see the costume then. I was happy to just sort of maybe leave him with the decision hanging about what are you going to do, what are you not going to do. So So that's just at the end of the episode. There wasn't any end credit thing or anything when you. No, I did because I was watching a bit behind and I flicked through to the end. There's no end credits. So basically, it ends with the Moon Knight character beating up the dog thing, whatever it was.
Yeah,
and then
was it like a jackal type?
Yeah, jackal turning around to the camera, and then that's it.
Yeah, and
big reveal.
I guess we're going to find out more. Like it's good to have some mystery. Like there were parts where I didn't know what was going on, but it was enjoyable. Like, and I did like the way that they did things like just having the blackouts and and chaos around him and him
blackout. And next thing, I'm driving backwards. So I liked it. It set up a very good mystery. I like that, very likable lead, and because I went into what just happened to me then, I just grew. I did go into this one with low expectations, and I think it because of diminishing returns of everything as you keep going. But I was started watching ready to lay into it, and then because I was writing notes of stuff I could write sarcastically about it, but then I just enjoyed it. It was like,
so is this the first Disney Marvel show that's like a new character?
Without any internet in front of me, I'm going to say it is because you had WandaVision, Loki,
and you've had the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
So I think this is the first one to introduce a new.
I think that's probably makes it a bit more interesting.
Yeah,
because it's just like people we haven't met before.
Yeah. So, that's kind of it.
So we'll see. Have you got any predictions for next week?
No, but because I don't know I'm happy to go along for the ride for this one. Yeah. So I know I may have not felt so great about Bob Fetter when we watched that because I knew the character a bit more. But this one, I'm happy to just watch and see where it goes and either be satisfied or disappointed.
Disappointing. Well, it's hard to be disappointed if you don't know anything about it, really, isn't it?
But yeah,
The key to happiness is low expectations, Rick.
Yep.
Won't be disappointed. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching, for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for those people who were either concerned for my coughs, and I will stay at home.
Is that what that was about?
I'm not sure.
Whether you've tuned in live or you've watched it later, we thank you for your support. Please like and subscribe our videos, and we'll be back this time next week to recap episode 2.
Episode 2. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So thanks very much, everyone. See you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.